Hey, y'all. Hey, we are back and I am here. Of course, I'm doing something a little different. I am testing out live recording. So I'm trying to do something a little different, see how it all works out. So bear with me, you guys, as we test this out. I'm going to be letting you into my life and doing a lot more live and video chats. You'll see me in different locations, different places. Right now, it's a really nice day outside, not too hot, not too cold. So I'm outside just chilling in nature, getting some fresh air, enjoying it. So I said, why not go live? Why not give y'all the recap of this week's episode of Love and Marriage Detroit? So here we go. And I guess the best place to start is where they ended last episode, because that's where they started, of course, the horrible skating rink scene. Like that whole get together was just horrible all in itself. Let's start here. I've been on social media. I've been talking back and forth with people, having different conversations on different aspects. Everybody wants to make this such a big deal that Kolby was trying to jump on this existing collaboration. Okay, first of all, I think we can pretty much all agree that existing collaborations and people adding into existing collaborations is something that happens. Is not something that's abnormal. Everyone's trying to make it seem like it's something that doesn't happen in business. It absolutely happens for people to jump in on existing collaboration. Okay, that's not abnormal behavior. Now, I do agree with Christina absolutely has the right to work with whomever she wants to. If she doesn't want to work with Kobe, even though she said they should, if she doesn't want to work with her on this collaboration, okay, that's absolutely her choice. But here's where everyone's skipping over it. Christina did not handle that in a very business professional like manner. She was ignoring text messages and phone calls. So if we want to hold Kobe to the fire for things that she said and her trying to act all selfish and whatnot, then we need to hold Christina to the fire too. She was not a businesswoman in that sense. She wasn't. She was not very businesslike. She did not handle it in a businesslike manner. Anybody in business will tell you, you just go ahead and handle it right front on. If you don't want to do it, you tell the person. If you do want to do it, you tell the person. But to duck and dodge is just to me, this supposed to be your friend or your sister. So you really shouldn't even feel like you have to duck and dodge if this is someone that close to you. But I get it. When it comes to missing business with personal, it can get sticky. It can get messy. So I get it. I understand. But let's hold everybody's foot to the fire. Um, let's also clear this up. Russell did not jump in that conversation. Russell went and asked his wife what was going on because the men heard the women starting to get a little loud. So they went over to see what was happening. And when Russell walked over, he asked his wife what was going on. Christina responded. So Christina should have closed her mouth. So Christina should have let Colby respond to her husband. And then maybe Colby and Russell would have had a conversation back and forth. But once Christina opened up her mouth and answered Russell's question, that gave Russell every right to come back with the questions he asked her. He had every right to do that. Christina, keep your mouth closed. No one was questioning you. That was Russell's question to his wife. Want to go replay it? Cool, I got the clip for y'all, so we can go replay that back. But that's what actually happened in that scene. So everyone wants to get on Russell about hopping in women's business. He didn't. He walked over and asked his wife what was going on, and Christina introduced herself. See, everything comes back to Brandon and Christina and how messy they are. And everyone wants to talk about how, you know, they're not messy or people want to defend them on social media from what is being edited. Because we have to remember that too. Everything that we're seeing is not all the footage that was shot. This stuff is being edited to give us a storyline and to give us narratives that they want us to have. So we have to remember that. But everything that's been edited, let's be very clear. Brandon and Christina are the messiest. That's just what it is. I'm not saying we all don't have a little messy in us. We do, but Brandon and Christina's been the messiest. Everything has circled and came back to them. Everything, even going all the way, because everyone wants to bring up the anniversary dinner and how Kobe was being messy when she brought up and asked the question. Well, here we go. Let's take it back to the beginning again. If Brandon was honest with his wife when Kobe asked the question, it wouldn't have turned into the ordeal that it turned into. So again, what are we talking about here? All the drama, everything that has ever started or happened on the show has always stemmed from Brandon and Christina, either their actions together or their actions individually. That's all I'm saying. So, I mean, again, it's all edited. So, yes, that's all. I don't know them in real life. I will say that. I do not know Brandon and Christina in real life. But what I will say is, what I'm seeing edited, they're messy. And I'm good on getting to know them. Like, I can meet them, try to get to know them. But, I'm going to be very cautious because what I've seen is this. it's giving messy vibes, and I don't want that in my life. I don't want drama. I don't want messy. Like, never have and never will. Um, but we can move on from that because I already said too that that was production created drama just to get some drama and the storyline rolling. Like from what has come out and some truths that I've heard about it, production just stirred this whole storyline up. And from what it's kind of seemed like, they just keep stirring the pot. And that's what happens. It's reality TV. So I mean, this is we get this on all the shows. It's just not Love and Marriage. We get it on all of them. But we will go ahead and keep going because then the next thing I want to talk about is this interesting man's movement. Now, I will say this, from what we got, I wish I could have got a little bit more to understand a little bit more about what it is, to be honest. I don't think they gave us enough in the editing, but it looked like, a group of men that come together and empower each other and talk and get encouraged and give advice and things like that. So, I mean, I'm not mad at that. I think that men need that, especially African American men or Black men in the community. I think that is much needed, the support and, things like that from other men. So, I'm not mad at it. I mean, again, I would like to have a little more information, but everyone wants to talk about this man movement too. What is so wrong about a man movement? Like, do y'all want someone else to lead it? Like, what is it? Because I think the idea and the concept in itself is great. And I do know that Anthony is a man that has always been about uplifting other men. So, I mean, I'm not mad at it. I, again, want to see more of it. Maybe let's see some events or things like that happening where you're actually going to the communities with other Black men and bringing them all together. But, the bedroom, excuse me, the boardroom, not bedroom, excuse me, y'all, the boardroom meeting, that was cool too. um, Brandon will walk in with a shirt with Christina's face all over it though for a man movement meeting. He does that's such a Brandon move because now he's trying to prove. I mean, I get it. We get it. You love your wife after the first couple episodes. We get it. You got to prove that you love her and she's your one and only. I'm not mad at it, but just let's rethink that shirt again because I mean, it's giving very desperate vibes to prove a point is what that shirt was giving me. Like I'm so desperate to prove I love my wife so much. I'm gonna walk out in public with a shirt with her face all over it. Like I would never ask my man to do that. I would never want my man to do that. Now, if you want to do that, if he chose to do that, that's something completely different. But I'm gonna be honest. Again, based on what I've seen, that kind of got Christina written all over it, and it would be that at a man's movement meeting, he wore the shirt. So I mean, interesting vibes, but at the end of that meeting, Russell made it very clear how he felt about the previous interaction, and I'm not mad at it. Now, let's start here. Russell is a man and a human just like the rest. So, whether he's trying to be a pastor, minister, whatever his title is in the church, does not stop the fact that he is human and he is a man. Okay. So, let's keep it clear. What he said was how he felt. He definitely said that if he was not saved, he would have broke every bone in Brandon's body. That was to me was him being real. He was being very honest and real. He didn't do it. We didn't see Russell get all super upset or super aggressive, or we didn't see him get in nobody's face, Brandon or Christina's. Like he didn't. So I think he was being honest to let Brandon know how he really felt and where his emotion was in that moment. But it wasn't like he acted on him. Everybody wants to trip like, oh, he's supposed to be this man of God. I don't feel comfortable with him saying that. He was being honest. And if you can't expect honesty from a man of God, then I mean, I don't know what to tell you. The man was being brutally honest when he said it. And I feel him. I don't want you around me. I don't want you around my wife. No, you can't come to her birthday party. Because every place y'all seem to come, it seems to be drama stirred up somewhere. So, because let's remember, there was drama at Dr. Toya's wine event and Kolby and Russell wasn't even there, honey. They wasn't even at the event. So, I mean, I'm not mad at it. The 30th birthday Leo game was beautiful, Kolby. Like it was great. Russell, you did a great job, and it was beautiful, positive vibes. I'm not mad at it, at all. Think they did what they needed to do. It was interesting again talking about this editing, how editing works. It seemed like they were trying to edit it to make it seem like both these meetings were happening simultaneously. Now we don't know that to be true. We don't. But again, the meeting with Anthony and Brandon and Christina were very interesting because once again, it's like for me, they can't take accountability. And I think that's my biggest thing. You guys are going around doing, saying to certain things, having a certain behavior. And then when certain things happen, when people react a certain way, it's like, oh my goodness, hands off. Like I didn't mean like that. That wasn't my intention, X, Y, and Z. Or they're doing too much. It's too much drama. They're tripping. It's like, no, like you guys are exhibiting certain behavior that's causing people to react in a certain way. I agree with Anthony. If you were moving shady in personal life, then in business, I'm not going to really want to deal with you. And that's just real life. Like, I don't, what's so wrong with that? Because in most cases, how you handle personal is how is going to translate into your business in most cases. So if you're out here being shady, being messy, dogging out your friend, his wife, being disrespectful, then I mean, how do you expect me to really feel comfortable and 100% in moving forward with you in business? And from my understanding, the showcase was everybody's thing. So where Brandon's trying to make it seem like it's his thing, I get it. You probably have the artists or the talent, or you know the people that can come to the showcase. But from my understanding, everybody was playing their role and their part in the showcase. So it's not just yours; it's everybody's. And you have to be mindful how you move can affect how people look at you, see you, portray you. I mean, that's just life. We all go through it. I mean, we all have to be mindful of the image and the things that we put out here. You know, real quick, like, all these, artists, all these females, and they have stuff thrown out them and they want to cuss people out on stage and things like that. And it's like, well, if you give a certain image, you can expect when certain behavior is given back. Now, I can't say, and I'm not going to agree that all behavior and all reactions are right, because it's not. Some reactions can be handled better or differently than others, but we're all human. So we're all going to react how we act in a moment. That's it. And it takes a strong and mature individual that even when you want to react a certain way in the moment, Russell, because he wanted to break every bone in Brandon's body, he chose to take a step back and be like, no, I'm not going to react like that. But once cooler heads prevail, there was still some emotion there, but it was cooler heads. And in that moment, I'm going to let you know how I felt. And this is how I felt in that moment. Um, it's gonna be interesting. I mean, at this point now, after episode 4, it's just been drama filled episodes. So they haven't been my favorite. I actually like the beginning more than now. We have a reunion coming up soon, probably because we are episode 5. So first season, we might get 7 to 10 episodes, depending on how this drama and stuff goes. So we probably have about 3 to 5 more episodes left, and then we'll have a reunion, and we'll see. From then, I'm starting to think probably about August time, maybe mid to end August is when we should begin the reunion. So we'll see and have fun. And of course, we're going to do it big for the reunion. We might even go live. I might even do the reaction of the reunion live, like that night, like right after the reunion airs. I might hop on live with y'all and talk about it right there in the moment, so we can get it all out the way. We've seen and we know from history that we'll probably only get one part of this reunion because that's usually what happens in season 1. You don't have a whole bunch to discuss or talk about. So, it's usually only on one parter. So we'll see. It's gonna be fun. From what I heard, I think they already shot the reunion. So I mean, we'll see. It's gonna be interesting. But I think that's pretty much my wrap up. I mean, we'll see if we get a season 2. Let me know what y'all think. Do y'all think we're gonna get a season 2 for this? I mean, seen mixed reactions on social media. It seems to be a trending topic at night when it does come out, and people do seem to love it and talk about certain things all over the nation. But it'll be interesting if we get a season 2. I do want a season 2. Me personally, right now, I don't want Brandon and Christina on season 2, but we can keep all the other couples and then add a new couple in if we need to keep them cool. But let's just add another couple in and let's make it an even 4 and see what we can get from there. Because I think there's so many more dope couples in Detroit that we can have and put on here. And Carlos King, if you need some suggestions, hit me up. I'll let you know. Um, but other than that, again, we're going to be doing more lives. So stay tuned, look out for it. Season 1 is over of this thing called podcast. Y'all know me. I'm the host of that. And we're gearing up for season 2. So stay tuned. We have new guests, new concepts, new ideas. Again, probably won't even be at one location because I'm trying to give you guys so many different things and work with so many different ideas. So season 2 is going to be so much more different than season 1, but I hope you guys like it. It's going to be so much more interactive. And stay tuned. Every week I am here to give you the recap of Love and Marriage Detroit. We are here for it every week. Check us out on social media, this thing called podcast. And if you haven't did already, remember, like, subscribe, share after this video right here, you guys, and let me know. Give me your ideas. Give me your thoughts. I'm here. I'm open for it. And if you want to be on the podcast, let me know too. Hit me up on social media, email me, leave a comment. I message back. Plenty of people will tell you I do message back, and so many people are starting to hit me up to want to be on it. So again, we have people coming to you. I have a surprise for second season two that I'm going to share with you guys in a little bit. So stay tuned. Look out for it. Again, I'm KJ. We're here in recapping. Have a good day, you guys.